All right, what's going on, guys? My name's Cody. We're going to go ahead and have a quick discussion about the legalization of sports gambling. I try to do this, I think it's once every other week. It's obviously a discussion worth having. It is something that has been brought up lately, and obviously because it's going to be potentially, the ban will be lifted here soon. I believe it's the end of June. Let me see if I can Google that real quick. What is the date? The ban will be lifted on sports gambling. I believe it's June 24th. The latest would probably be June 24th. And it might not necessarily be everywhere right away, but it doesn't necessarily say, but we can roll with my date of June 24th. But this has been going on for a while, and June 24th would be the absolute latest. There were been rumblings and whatnot that it could be sooner, but again, we know the government doesn't exactly work quickly. So it's been an interesting discussion, and I'm really cautious on the side that I land on because, believe it or not, a lot of pros, quote-unquote pros, are not interested in it. They don't want it to be legalized in all 50 states, which I guess I understand. You know, you have a niche thing going, and you can't let everyone flood in all at once. I get that. But at the same time, I feel like with regulation, it makes it safer, right? I remember being real young, and I know a lot of people who have been young, and they've met bookies and all that. And a lot of kids end up betting money that they don't have. And that's why I go offshore. You're playing with money that you have, and when you lose, you lose. There's not someone knocking on your door saying, hey, go ahead and do this. And I understand the issue eventually becomes, is it going to get in the hands of the wrong people? Are people going to become addicted to it? Because, yeah, it is something that can be addicting, obviously. And it is addicting for a lot of people. So what do we do to combat that? How do we regulate that? Because we've seen with other things that are probably about to be quote-unquote legalized that it's not necessarily an addictive substance that's being legalized. If you want to refer to marijuana, people tend to believe that that's not necessarily a substance that people can get addicted to in a sense, but that's not the point. We're not having a marijuana discussion here. It's an iffy subject, but I believe the regulation in it as a whole would be better. You have more access to it, more regulation on it, more people keeping an eye on it, less shady stuff happening. Because right now, I mean, it's technically not legal to do it, right? I mean, unless you're in Nevada, you flat out can't do it, or I guess it's technically Nevada, whatever it is. But if you're not in Las Vegas, it's not allowed. So, again, for the safety of the greater being, is it better to keep it banned? Yeah, it might be. If you're looking at the country as a whole, people who don't necessarily have access to it, at the same time, it's incredibly easy to get access to this. I mean, it took me all of 5 minutes to sign up for an account. So it's tough, and I'm curious as to where most people land on this topic. And go ahead and leave a comment below. I believe it brings in great revenue for many states that are struggling, such as West Virginia, who've really been struggling lately. States like Kentucky are already moving. I believe it's Kentucky who's already moving. Kentucky? Yeah, I believe Kentucky's moving rather quickly on it. So it just becomes, is the revenue brought in going to be worth the risk you're taking of it getting in the hands of the wrong people? And that's really what it is. And for me, obviously, I would like to see the ban lifted. For the sake of, I would just like to drive down the street, go to the casino that's up there in Tampa, the Seminole Hard Rock Casino, lovely casino, or even down at Derby Lane down in St. Pete. I would love to go down there, and I would love to place a bet, and I would like to sit back and legally do it, legally have a drink, and legally watch a game that I had placed a wager on with other people. I think it's a great social interaction. I think it would be good for all sports. I mean, are we going to arenas? Is it going to get to that point where I can go on down to the Raymond James Stadium and bet there on the game that's going on there? I'm sure, because the stadium and the NFL and the team would get a cut of that. Can I go down to the Trop? Yeah, I mean, why not? They're getting a cut of it. They're going to make the money. And at the end of the day, for billionaires and millionaires, like a lot of people who work in our government and a lot of people, and all the people who own sports teams, all they're doing is looking for more ways to generate revenue. So I think that's something to keep in mind, and we will find out coming up shortly. But it is very interesting. If you do have a side you're side you're leaning towards. If you're very anti lifting the ban, go ahead and let me know. Leave it in the comments. I'm very interested on hearing that side of it, and maybe I'm missing something very blatant here. I have no idea. My name's Cody. Thank you for watching this video. Go ahead and find me on Twitter at ctibbs81. That's CTIBBS81. And if you follow me and let me know you saw me on The Skill of Chance, I will go ahead and toss you a follow back because we're going to have a nice, friendly, cordial online interaction. Thanks.